Hi guys,
Hello, people.
I'm Milena,
I'm Lola.
and we're watching Sopranos, episode 4.
Is it 4?
Just listen to me. Are you always questioning? You were never right about the episode. I just
Beg to differ, but yes, you did edit like 12
I
hours
just
ago.
edited the last episode.
Okay, yeah, well, I had to have remembered that for me to know that you're absolutely correct in your assessment. Yes, episode 4, like she said.
Last episode was amazing,
So
honestly.
good. So good.
It was mostly about, let's say, Junior, a bit about his relationship with Tony. There was always also scenes between Tony and Janice as well in the previous episode. It was mostly about what did you expect me now to repeat everything that he said in the outro? No, let's just like remind them, because like nobody could forget that episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is wrong with
I
you?
don't know, you're very funny to me somehow.
What is wrong with you?
No, I think it was such a great episode. Like you said, we're not gonna repeat what we said in the
I was afraid you're gonna start talking, say the same thing.
That scene. I don't know what like this episode is supposed to be about.
Show us Carmela. Like,
yes, how is she dealing with the fact that
we're seeing her?
Yeah.
We saw her. She was watching we're seeing her more in her problems, like with Tony and like
she's hanging out with the girls and like
Exactly.
talking about
exactly. And he took the TV thing away from her, like movie
cassette player.
Yeah.
Or I mean, did they have cassette players at that time? We did. I don't know about them. Doesn't matter.
No. So like we did see her and the problems that like she's now experiencing with Tony, but like I wanna see more. I wanna see again. She is one of the main characters as well, in my opinion. It's like I just like I miss her. Yes.
I agree. Look, we could just play and see what happens, because I can tell you I'm expecting also to see something of Adriana as well in this episode.
True.
Whether that happens or not, I guess we're about to see.
Yes.
Let's play.
Yes.
I think this episode will be very good. It's called All Happy Families. And I think... What the fuck was that? Is that not the beginning sentence? Like, all happy families look alike, but every miserable family is miserable in their own way?
Maybe.
Is that Anna Karenina?
Maybe.
Right?
No, I know the sentence. I just thought it was from some show. Because where else would I have known about it?
I think
you know
it's
what
like
I mean?
a very famous sentence,
Yeah, it is,
right?
it is.
I just know it in Serbian. I'm not
it's
sure how
Anna
it
Karenina.
goes. Right, Anna Karenina? Oh, so it's about family. I mean, it's always about family, but still.
Oh, he's practicing.
This does not seem like safe practicing. We're about to crash into something. My teacher always made me put both my hands on the wheel. See, he does not have a teacher.
Mine didn't.
Mine did, and I like it was difficult to me.
Didn't even notice that like I didn't do it.
I wonder if
Jason, don't put pine cones in a filter. How's the matter with you?
I wonder if we're gonna like is there gonna be a story with like his daughter.
They will probably go through their entire lives not knowing that their father's sperm was smuggled out of jail to get Nancy pregnant.
I was wondering, how does he have these kids?
I just remember what happened.
I'm thinking about it as well.
I loaned it to your cousin, Brian, and he never gave it.
Yeah, at that point you lied that you were taking him down.
I just want to say that she looks better than ever, literally.
I think it's just indigestion. I had an attack, full blown.
What did your therapist say?
I don't see that no more.
Why not?
You think you're the only one that has to cut back on shit they need because of the separation?
That's what
I'll blame her.
Mr. Wegler wants us to come in and discuss AJ's lousy academic performance.
Oh, that's gonna be
Say, Wiggle, it's got to be hard for him, this situation with us. Why don't you cut him some slack?
No, that's your department. I get to be the prison warden over here while you indulge him. The iPod, the drum.
Again with the drums.
Hi, Lorraine. I'm Billy.
Fuck! Jason!
You were warned, Lorraine. The money goes up to John.
We go all out, we'll steamroll right over John. And I predict the guys in the street in Brooklyn, Queens, they'll welcome us as fucking heroes. It'll be easy.
It's a fucking declaration of war by Johnny, if you ask me.
Tell him about the time Tony and Jackie Aprile knocked over your card game.
Oh, it was his card
I
game?
heard this. This is a great fucking story.
He should be dead by now. bust in, couple of fucking punks. Guns out, bad guys. This one is fucking scared. First of all, it was my game.
Feature's forgiven, even if he hasn't forgotten.
I came to ask for my game back.
It's my uncle's game now, Feature.
Yeah, right, your uncle's.
I'll give you 20%, but you gotta rent the house from me. I could throw some high rollers your way.
Get out of here before I keep talking. Fuck this up. Jeez. Thank you, Don Antonio.
Jesus, Truth.
He's a busybody, that's all.
He's an egomaniac, Tolo. Always was, always will be. Not does ever good enough praise, money. Can I go to the Modane concert or not?
I've been trying to think of a reason to let you stay overnight in New York with your friends, but I'm afraid it's not going to happen.
Todd's mother already made the arrangements. And she said it'd be better than us driving home.
She's not your mother.
Yeah, I know. Believe me.
Isn't life unfair?
We're in the hotel room. Meet Frankie and the two for us.
Can I see you? Station 3.
This one.
How can you afford to play in this game?
Fuck me try. And I say.
Ante up, boys.
Oh, girls.
Hey!
Oh, my cousin. Kinda high stakes for you, no?
Feach for my action. And thank you for not humiliating me.
Isn't there something in your parole about hanging out with degenerates like this?
Hey, come on. He gets away with anything.
So how's Lady Luck treating you, huh?
Jesus fucking Christ. How many times this guy gotta say hello?
What, did I interrupt one of your impermeable stories?
You did actually.
I got my shoe in a snatch.
It falls off and she keels over. Get boots.
Tony has taken over. There's the principals.
Happy family.
Literally. Maybe it would not be bad for them to go to family therapy.
If we can just nudge Lem's verbals past 760 on the next round, and he can basically write his own ticket.
It's gonna be a completely different conversation right now.
We are rapidly approaching crisis mode here with these grades, and time is of the essence.
Could I ask a question? I handed my final list to colleges. Did you get that?
Yes, we talked about this. He's not going to get in with these grades. And I know about football, Anthony. It's our ace in the hole.
He says he's trying his best.
SAT-wise, 505 and 430. I think we can edge up the math into the fives in the next round.
I don't know what these
providing
numbers
Anthony
mean.
feels he can bear down and focus.
He's had trouble with that before. Remember, Carm, when they thought he had ADD?
You didn't tell me that.
Anthony, what do you say? Head on back to class. Let us talk.
But if I'm learning disabled, I get unlimited time on my SATs. Is that true?
Let's talk about that later. Do you think it would be a benefit to him to see a psychologist on a regular basis?
I think it could help.
You don't approve of therapy, Mr. Soprano.
People use it as a crutch. And I always wonder what happened to Gary Cooper, the strong silent.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Gary Cooper wasn't a 16-year-old boy.
He was at one time.
And I'm gonna have to agree with my husband here, Mr. Wegler. We
God.
sent him to an adolescent developmentalist, and it was a disaster. I know my son; he's just lazy. We're gonna get him a different SAT tutor, and I'm gonna stay on him, and he's gonna work harder. And that's that.
Yeah, how has that
Right.
worked out?
Dominica Paolini and Sasha Caputo, they were on their way to school this morning and they hit a tree. Nick is dead. Sasha's in a coma.
And he was driving in the...
What's that?
He was here when I got here.
This is so creepy.
God.
This is so creepy.
God.
Whoa! Oh man, oh baby, it's their SC floated. 3.3 liter supercharged.
Well, this is mine.
Yeah.
You are unbelievable.
What a fucking
Sticker's still on.
He doesn't have enough
idiot.
instructions.
After what happened to those kids at his school, things got sensors in the seatbelts.
Can we take it out?
Yeah, we can take it out. Once. Then this baby sits in the garage till you pull your grades up to a C.
What? You heard your father.
I was talking
Well,
to him. Not you.
That's
at
one
least
part.
that's better.
One smart thing he said.
Tony,
I was like, he is getting driven to school taking a fucking bus. Like, imagine getting a car.
You better be nice to your mother.
You know he has ears. So like when you go and speak to Carmela in a certain manner, he also picks that up.
I could strangle him sometimes. He can be so hateful. God, what happened to him? He was always a sweet one. He had the concept of sharing before any of the other toddlers.
Rometta was always sharper, but I remember the same thing with her. It's like watching an angel fall. Oh, your little movie connoisseur friends are still meeting?
Just I have friends.
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
Well, you just have a bunch of flunkies.
What do you know about it?
They compliment you on your new shoes. They tell you that you're not going bald. You think they really care? You're the boss. They're scared of you. They have to kiss your ass, laugh at your stupid jokes.
Well, what about Artie then? Oh, you're turning into a friggin' cynic.
Artie.
I've been thinking, and I apologize for my use of foul language. Foul with a W. In regards to yourself, of which I am sure you know that I'm talking about.
Cunt.
Yes, Elliot.
I love Elliot.
You don't wish us to be social friends, even though you said some horrible things. P.S. I'm doing fine, Anthony.
Even though you said some horrible things.
It came with a bathrobe and a basket full of Dr. Hauschka bath products.
The desire to cleanse himself of the deed.
Notice he still fundamentally blames me.
Exactly.
After our meeting the other day, I had some ideas about some further strategies for Anthony. I thought maybe we could meet, have lunch, a cup of coffee. I could share them with you. Next week, perhaps?
Really? Well, yeah, I guess that would be okay.
What is that gonna be?
I don't know.
You know, I heard it the other day in the car. They have such a good drum solo in the middle there.
Drum solo? It's the basic 4/4.
She's trying to connect.
You know, Ringo was not their original drummer. That was Pete Best.
So, is this what they call common ground?
This is hard to watch.
He's trying to have a civilized conversation.
Can I go to my room? I'm full.
Am I so horrible?
You're not horrible. Get over yourself.
Over myself? What is that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure how you're supposed to raise a teenager. I really don't know.
No wonder.
Well, I think they're a bit late.
After I pulled out that global position and shit.
Oh, right. Always got his eye on the big picture.
You're drowning in his
I
ass.
think you got that, Ace, and I'm not paying you. Accountant dies, goes to heaven. Same time as the Pope. St. Peter says, come on.
I
in."
love
Demi
how
annoyed.
much it affects him.
We got hundreds of popes up here. This is the first Jewish accountant.
They give an equation accountant with a giant jet airplane.
This is like one-upping each other to be the jokester of the group. Oh, now they like me.
Yeah.
They're laughing at my jokes.
No, I think he
Yeah,
knows
they have.
he thinks they're laughing because he's the boss.
Well, yeah. They are.
I've decided to let you stay in the city after the concert. On one condition, though. No Hudson Suites. I talked to Med. She said that you can sleep over at her apartment. I will give you cab fare. When the concert's over, you go straight up there. Sunday morning, I want you home 10:30 sharp.
Yes.
God,
Something about this makes me very sad.
this is hard to watch, honestly.
Also, I'm not sure, like,
What's up? You guys like your job?
what is this?
Famous Space 43.
But who is stealing from them?
I think his skull is broken.
I'm a doctor. Let me in there. Hey, so they got the SL.
The guy's bleeding
Literally,
down.
the guy.
Fucking SL-55 convertible.
There's a
You know
guy
how
that's
long
bleeding
my brother
out.
was on the waiting list for that thing?
Are you fucking?
Year.
Hey, it's me.
How's my baby?
They rocked. Look, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it up there.
What are you talking about? You know Mom's gonna call here.
I'm gonna total dick if I leave here. Just tell Mom I'm on my way up.
She's just
No.
gonna call back.
Come on. When do I ever ask you for anything?
Your child.
You better stay there and be home on time tomorrow. I don't want any shit from Mom.
He's like 17.
God.
I mean, I have done this, you know. Who am I to say anything? But like, I was careful. I was a careful
No,
child.
you can't compare. Like, yes, we all have done that and like lied to our parents and went somewhere, but like we were not this disrespectful, like behaving like this ever. Especially after she let him go.
Like under that one condition.
Hello? Matt, hi. Is your brother there? He's not answering his cell.
I know, he's asleep.
What?
Mom, he's fine.
What if something
Just wait
happens
till
to
you have
him?
children.
Not me, I'm never having kids.
Exactly.
See, when I lied, this is like, this is not what I was up to.
Where's the patient?
God, at least he's on his stomach and not on his back or something.
How do mean, they had one of those, what do you call it, those car carrier things? And it was a very well coordinated operation. With the cops on it, but
Also, there is a guy who is bleeding.
Before they're chopped.
They don't care.
Not really in that business.
Ace's brother's Benz was taking this special thing. I'm fucking orange in Ace's eyes now. Can't you do
Oh, this is fascinating to me.
Make some calls?
Well, that shit's insured.
He's obsessed with that car, this fucking Stu guy. The SO paid a $30,000 premium just to place the fucking order. His glasses, his daybook were in it.
That's his problem.
His glasses. God, is everyone alive?
AJ, it's your mother. Call me.
God, he would never leave the house now. See, I was the younger sibling, but if I was the older sibling, and my younger sibling was like, I'm not gonna come, you're fucking coming here.
I told you I can't put you through. Room 417 has a block on the line.
God, I'm selling that SUV that your father bought you.
Don't answer. We're asleep.
Like, there is a line between being teenagers and a line between, like, needing professional help. Ah!
Take it easy.
Ah.
God damn you! I was going crazy trying to reach you.
Later,
What happened to your face?
Just leave me alone.
I want to know what happened. You never even went to Meadows after you gave me your word.
Get off my back.
You are a liar.
Fuck you.
What did you say? Get back here.
Does he not have eyebrows?
I think he shaved them.
Where is he?
In his room. Oh, hey, Dad. I was just taking out the trash. Garbage day tomorrow.
What's different about you?
He has no eyebrows, Tony.
Who did this?
We were just screwing around.
What'd you say to your mother?
Tony.
What did you say?
I said the F word.
You're finished. You're never gonna drive that fucking car till you're 45 years old. I'm selling it tomorrow.
Look, she wouldn't let me talk. I was trying to tell her what happened.
Oh, see, it's my fault.
If you got some kind of sexual proclivity with that teacher or whatever, now's the time to tell us. I mean, what went on up there? Poppers and weird sex.
What? No. Look, we don't do drugs without some stupid dopers. I had a few beers, but it just made me sick.
How can anybody believe what you say?
Because I told you. You never believed me.
You didn't do any drugs?
No.
Come on, look. A couple of beers. Should be grounded, yeah, but it's not the end of the world.
What?
And we keep going.
I am sick of your bullshit. Both of you. He can go live with you.
Don't get dramatic now, all right?
Oh, well, great, good.
Shut up.
I have never been more serious in my life.
No, I mean really. Come on.
Did you think I was joking?
Come on, this is normal teenage shit. You remember
No,
us?
it's not.
The CYO dance. We left Artie out in the snow. He almost lost his fingers. And we still laugh our asses off about it.
No, I don't really blame AJ. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to. He's testing the limits as much as he can. I blame myself.
What are you talking about?
You don't know what it's like to have your son hate your guts.
He doesn't hate your guts.
Oh, thank God he's alive. It's my fault, Tony. My pathetic need to compete with you clouded my judgment. Or I never would have let him stay over in New York. I knew he wasn't ready. I went against all my instincts.
His eyebrows will grow back. That's what really happened.
No, you know what happened?
God, he has
I
no
said,
fucking
"Fuck
feeling.
it." And you know why? To get him to love me as much as he loves you.
He loves you. It's just... You're his mother. It's different.
I can't be the villain anymore. I mean it. And I can't say fuck it. Take him. Let him live with you.
God.
What a great
God.
environment. What a great environment to put him in.
You have anything to do with that wedding takedown in Ringwood? Why? Is that a problem?
Oh,
I
he?
told you that doctor was a friend of mine. I deliberately used that word.
Sorry, Godfather. He was at the game. I thought he was just another pitcher.
Who authorized you to do it? And don't call me Godfather with that fucking cute smirk.
Johnny Sack told me about this guy at Newport.
Johnny Sack?
Yeah, Johnny Sack. Anyway, he gave me a better deal for shipping him home.
Are you fucking serious? I said, as long as you don't step on anybody's toes.
In my day.
And that's another
This
thing.
is
I don't
too
wanna
much
know
of a
more
proud
about what's
man.
your day. You just keep your
I'm an
head
egomaniac.
color, like Dynaflows or McGuire sisters or shit like that. Otherwise, shut the fuck up!
Gotta remember, Tony, I still think he is a kid. I'll learn.
Did I learn nothing from Richie April? Huh? Nip it in the bud. Feach. He's what I like, T. That's another thing.
I somehow didn't expect Feach to, like, be gone this fast.
Hey, Olsen and Johnson. How's that? I look better than Sinatra.
Very nice.
Oh, this is your funeral
Yeah,
suit.
outfit.
I got a garage right here.
My cousin's mother's got a place. We can lock it up there.
Park the load here. This way I'm around. Keep my glimpse on the stuff.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure now. I don't know if Rutgers' summer program accepts boys without eyebrows.
I think this is a bit
I mean,
date-ish.
I don't think she knows that.
No, I don't think she knows this.
I mean, I noticed the first time they were in the office how he looked at her, but like.
I just know that if he didn't get into a good enough school to interest him, and he dropped out, went to work as a waiter or something, he wouldn't last a week. You know, he would be drawn right in. You know. My husband doesn't want that for him either. I don't know, maybe it'll be good, you know, learning the things that men need to know.
From
God.
who? From who is he learning
How long
this?
have you been at the school?
Since '86, Flaubert writes about bourgeois loneliness, emptiness. Emma Bovary destroys herself for some fantasy in her head. It's great. It's truly great. Somehow horrifically funny, though tragic. I think you might enjoy it.
Like, this could be...
Yeah. Supervisor Curran, roll board.
Oh, okay, well, no one's getting killed.
No one's getting killed.
Where's Eddie Stimich?
I kind of prefer this.
It's not hard to realize
God,
you're being set up.
I love when they fall down.
Russia is the food. Let's go out and open it up. You want to see my fucking garage? You never seen an oil stain before? Let's go.
I just remember the poor lawnmower guy with his broken...
Yeah.
Here's the wind-up. And the pitch.
Oh, come on! Fuck Major League Baseball. Oh, somebody hotboxed us? I saw you close the window.
What's that?
It's when you close all the windows and fart on purpose.
That's a Dutch oven.
Bad it's a Dutch oven.
Well, what's a Dutch oven?
When you fart in bed with a woman and you pause her head under the covers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but first you gotta be a bed woman.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Whoa! Yeah, I would.
Oh my God! What? Jesus!
Yeah, all right, that's enough. Go upstairs, do your Spanish homework.
15 minutes.
No.
I have no idea where AJ is gonna end up. Love this for me.
This was the better move than taking him out. Man was a legend. Christopher agrees, by the way. Well, that's nice that he agrees. I'm not running a fucking popularity contest.
How is she handling? She went from a full house to like she's all alone.
Mommy, look at me!
Such a big empty house. God.
Love this episode.
Well, I wanted more of Carmela. Here I get. Like,
Here you go.
It's always be careful what you wish for.
I mean, this is exactly the only thing that like we could have gotten from her. You know what I mean?
I know, but I
like
think
that overwhelming loneliness somehow.
I understand, but
What, like you expected her to be so happy now?
No, not so happy, but not
Free.
in such a horrible situation. Yeah, I think place where she's at, it's a very bad place. Somebody would say she deserves it. I would not wish this for her, even though again I care about her. So
yeah, I mean I agree with you. She is. We do reap what we sow. You know, it simply is that. But like I love her. What can I tell you? I'm not claiming here that she's a good person, or that like you know.
But she's in such a horrible situation.
It's very difficult. I'm not sure like what exactly she's supposed to do and how she's supposed to balance this thing with the kids. I mean, with AJ, because AJ is like still in the house. Like I think here at the end, like her going on kind of a date with this guy who seems like normal and like all is good. I think that is a good thing, but there's a problem that like he is AJ's something, you know. I just like I wish that he was not I wish that he had no connections to like the life of the kids. Well, yeah, but like is nothing gonna come out of it because of who he is? Or is it just gonna be because Tony's never gonna allow it?
Exactly, because of who her ex-husband is. Because like her ex-husband is now, I mean, maybe in the future when she doesn't need, but like again, AJ is right now not living with her, but like she's living in this big house. Until this point, she has taken care of AJ. She like Tony paid for everything, food in the house, everything for AJ, even the things that like he shouldn't have bought him, he bought him. You know what I mean? So like only he wasn't physically in the house, but other than that nothing has changed much, you know, for her. She's not working, she's living in a mansion, she is, you know what I mean? So if she was to seek a relationship with something, all of that would stop. You understand? Like she would search for a completely different life that I don't know if she's ready for.
I mean, again, if someone would ask me, that would be the best case scenario, like a clean cut from Tony. Just like not in any way depending on him or anything. Like you're always gonna be connected because like, you have kids. So like you're stuck there. Other than that, like I would really want absolutely nothing to do with him.
I understand, but somehow to me, until AJ is more grown up, this is not happening.
I agree.
If you understand what I mean.
I agree.
Because I think she would have to say goodbye to AJ then. That is my honest opinion. Just again, I think we see how also AJ treats her at this point. AJ has no respect for her whatsoever. We see the difference, how Tony can influence his son at this point, you know, like he has that fear and authority, exactly, while Carmela doesn't, nor does she know how to get it, especially without help of her ex-husband. You know, without help of his, I don't think she can easily build a relationship with AJ or build any type of authority towards him at this point.
I mean, again, it's very difficult to build authority in any capacity considering like how you raised him, like, which is why like everything that AJ is doing and how he is behaving, like I think it can make viewers like very mad at him. I feel none of that, like literally whatsoever, because like again, he's a teenager, and like this is what teenagers are gonna do, and they are not gonna be necessarily very careful or loving towards their parents in this type of an age. And for AJ, everything is much worse because he was brought up by the people that he was brought up.
That's honestly my main point. Like that's honestly what I want to say. I understand that like teenagers can be mean towards their parents sometimes, or like, but that also depends of how you were raised until that you were a teenager. You cannot start raising a child when he's already 16. Like what you have been raising him his entire life.
Like the foundation to some degree has been laid.
I'm not saying like it's all onto parents. I'm not saying that, like surroundings, his friends, everything can affect him greatly, you know, like, but at the same time, again, also authority, also respect, everything like that should be built before already, should have been already there, you know.
Absolutely. Like and again, you can talk about some type of like personal responsibility, but like again when you have raised them in such a way.
That's why when you said like, oh, we were doing this, no, we were not. Yes, did we sneak out of the house and went out drinking, and my mom thought I was watching a movie somewhere, you know, at like my friend's place? Sure, but like I was like, none of us have been behaving like this, you know.
No, like literally absolutely, my father thought
if she caught me, if she caught me, I would be punished, and I would shut up for as long as, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you would have to take it because
exactly.
Like,
he's not taking anything. He does not need to take it. Like Tony's like, oh well, he had a couple of beers.
Yeah, so like that's expected of kids
my
his
mom
age.
would get me to test if I were on drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, like it's like again what they're talking about. Yes, it's regular teenage things. you do this as a teenager. I think it's in some
Exactly.
it's a rite of passage.
Exactly.
Like, I think you need to, like, you know, lie to your parents a bit, but like the way that I was raised, for example, I was gonna lie to him. That was my teenage rebellion phase or whatever, but also like I knew that I had to be safe and careful, and I knew like the drinks that I take and the people that I'm with like have to be safe. If someone starts vomiting, I immediately am sober. Someone's vomiting, like, we'll take care of him. Because I was raised in a certain way, you know? And so like it never went to any degree that was unsafe. That thing doesn't exist with AJ. You know, like Carmela was right. He's like pushing his boundaries.
He's pushing his boundaries, and Tony is allowing him to push that boundaries. You know?
Yeah.
So like everything Carmela said in that situation, she was completely right. I mean, she was at fault for also like the previous 16 years of his life and the way that like he grew up, and like the things that like he also listened in his house about his father murdering people and things like that, you know. So like she was at fault for that, but like again, she is a completely different person, so we cannot expect her to care to understand how much she messed up and how much she failed from the get-go. You know what I mean?
I mean, again, like the failure started when you had kids with someone like Tony. You know, who is gonna like, if you're gonna have kids, same like any type of partner that you're choosing, like you need to look at the things that partner is gonna teach your future children, like whether it doesn't matter if it's a father, mother, whoever. What is that person gonna teach your children? And like, in an ideal world, you would, you know, think about this. Many people do not. But then you end up with kids like AJ, which is like why I'm never gonna blame kids for like turning out this way and being this way again when he becomes an adult. Same with Tony. You know, like you make your own choices at a certain point and that is it. But like at his age where he is now, like really, I feel incredibly sad and frustrated when I see how much he is being let down by his parents. But like my story with AJ is like one of my favorite storylines of this show. I mean, with the kids in general, but just like AJ is a more specific. I don't know. And I'm very scared.
That's
for
what
him
I want
in
to say.
many
Honestly,
ways.
I think it's my least favorite storyline of the show. Just like because again, I think it's so frustrating for me. Like I hate watching what's happening. I hate it. Like this whole episode, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I love the episode. The episode's good, but like I hate what was happening, and I am afraid what's to come and where he's gonna end
I'm
up.
afraid
and
at every step. Like in the beginning of the episode, he's driving this car recklessly, and they're talking about kids his age that like drove into a tree or whatever. One of them is dead, another one is in a coma. And I keep thinking AJ is uncareful in this. He gets these cars, he can crash and die. And then like middle of the episode, he's doing
crash
drugs
and kill somebody else. Even worse, if you ask me.
Yeah. Like then he's doing like drugs and alcohol, and like this kid is vomiting, and like you can die from vomiting and being so drunk and high if you're on your back. Like there's so many dangers that can happen here. And like then I'm afraid is something like that gonna happen to him? Just because like it's so uncareful. And like I don't know where his story is gonna go. You know, like I really don't know. He really can end up really hurting himself and potentially others, I don't know, because of the way that he behaves.
I really have no idea. Like I cannot, with his storyline, I cannot even begin to suspect where it's going, honestly.
I don't know.
Because it can go in any direction they decide.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. I don't think it's good that now he is with Tony. Yes, he's like an authority figure or whatever. Doesn't mean that he is a good influence in any type of
he
way.
was with Tony in his entire life. This is just a situation where Carmela is not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like not the biggest difference, you know, but like Tony is right now living maybe a bit of different life than he has a lot of different life that he has lived while he was with Carmela, you know. He was like a husband, father, and all of that.
Now he's like living like a bachelor,
basically, in my opinion. And
life.
like his kid is living similar type of life with him there, where he is listening to them cursing, probably talking about sex in a specific way, women in a specific way.
And your child's a sponge.
Exactly, yes. So exactly, and even Tony saying something a lot about AJ going to bed with some woman or something like that, and AJ's confirming that he did. Like a responsible parent, let's say, in that moment would start talking to him about that,
like making sure that he's being careful.
Are you safe?
Like,
are you gonna
giving him the talk about STDs, like.
Pregnancy, everything,
Anything.
So like and that is not happening because Tony is not that type of a responsible
no one had
father.
that talk with him either, I'm sure.
No,
like it's just he
that's like boys being boys for him,
literally,
like he should have sex with women and things like that. I mean, he should, but like
yeah, well, again, ages and everything discussed, but like if you're gonna do it, better be safe. He's just not, there is no type of parenting being done.
No.
Doesn't matter that he's
so,
like an authority figure.
Yes, but like at the same time completely understood Carmela for at that point feeling helpless and not seeing a light or any way that she could help her son. I'm not saying like I don't think she's now giving up on him. I feel like she does not know how to help him at this point, how to raise him right now, how to be that authority without help of Tony,
Yeah.
Like so far, if he yells at his mother, Tony is there to stop him, in some ways. But again, the boundaries are being pushed because like he's not having any type of punishments or anything, It's like for him not to repeat those things or not to do or how to start to respect his mother.
No, I mean, he's a spoiled kid.
Exactly.
And like, again, it always comes, it's the fault of both of them.
Yeah, so Tony does have that advantage of having authority and like AJ listened to him, got up and went to do his homework. Tony has that is in his advantage if he was to want to raise his kid properly, but like he doesn't know how.
Yeah, no.
He doesn't like his values are not the same as values that I think a father should have,
No.
I mean, a human should have.
Literally no.
So like we cannot expect much of him. AJ is a very, very bad situation if you ask me.
It was very understandable that Carmela at that point like decided to let him go because like she wanted to in a way buy his love. Because like Tony gets it, like, and she has to be, she's gonna be the villain because like she is always there, she is closer to AJ. And so like
it's also that she is the one who decided to separate. So I think that's the biggest thing that like it's her fault. That's why I'm also saying like she cannot, if she would to have a boyfriend, it's not like first on it's the biggest problem, but AJ as well, she would lose. It doesn't matter that like it's his teacher or it's anybody else, like if she would to have a relationship with anybody, AJ would hate her for it at this point.
No, if she wants to have something, anything, she would have to do it in secret at this point.
100%.
Just because like your kids are so, I mean, AJ is still very young and right now
very hurt
resentful
and angry at his mother.
Yeah, I legitimately don't know where we're gonna go with AJ now, him living with Tony. This does not, and like he is he a senior? Because we're talking about colleges.
Yeah, he is senior. He should go to college at the next year.
Yeah, but like his grades are
not
very low. Oh, she said this the interesting thing about like if he doesn't go to college or if he drops out,
I completely
then
agree.
like she knows that he is gonna be drawn to this life.
Business.
Same with Tony.
100%.
And like that is the road that we're about to take. I cannot see him going to college and not going down this line.
I completely
but like
agree,
the thing is, I can't even see him in this business.
That's what I want to say.
And so that's why I'm afraid for his well-being because I can see him in college and I can see him in this business. But also the show might end before like we even get to that. You know what I mean?
But like technically she should end this year at the end of the season. So we're gonna have season 6 him either in college, so he drops out at the end, or trying this life.
Yeah.
I think he's such a kid.
Yeah.
He is not for this life. I don't know in the future. At this point where we are, I cannot imagine him surviving in this world. I can see him being exactly and dying the way that like Jackie Jr. has died.
Literally exactly.
Like exactly, like selling drugs first and things like that, wanting to become his father and like impress everybody and prove things and things like that. That is who he is gonna be. I really don't know what's happening. So like I cannot imagine that. I agree with you. I cannot imagine him going to college with this type of parents, even though like they're saying like yes, Maddox went to college. Yes, they're like they don't want this life for them. But again, Tony is not treating him in any way that can motivate him. Like he is basically called him dumb many times, you know, like how he does not have what it takes. Exactly what they told Tony as well when he was a kid, you know.
And again, your child is a sponge, and you see that in the way that he is talking about food, like in his very young age, like when his dad told him that like he is fat or whatever, like when he was 12. And now he's like talking about not eating carbs or something. Like he is a boy. You know, and he is thinking about this is directly your influence. And like you see that in the way that he treats food. And of course he's not gonna like apply himself to school or anything, because like he doesn't think that he is smart enough or capable, because like you have put it into his head.
So like that's why I can't, like they would need to change so much.
He like literally he needs a psychologist. Like I don't know, like he needs someone professional to like talk to.
God, that was such a frustrating. I hate them both in that situation when they talked about how he should not go to psychologists, and I agree with you. That like could I can imagine
help Tony, to him acting the same way that Livia acted towards Tony when she heard about therapy. Oh, like what? It's me. Like what? I did this.
Exactly.
Like,
that's why he wouldn't want, because like it's gonna be the blame is gonna be put on him.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, he's just a teenager. Yes, he is just a teenager, but like not a normal one, not a normal rebellion phase. Like literally not a normal one. And you should try everything in your power to see like what would help him.
I think maybe the story with AJ is gonna end unresolved, just because I'm just saying, because I cannot see where it's exactly gonna go, you know. Maybe it's gonna be unresolved, to not 100% know.
I can imagine that.
In which direction exactly his, but like it could be, I could understand him doing drugs, selling drugs.
Yeah, me too.
Entangling
that's
with that,
not
or
far-fetched
like
at all.
Trying to be in the business, you know.
Not far-fetched at all.
At this point, only college is far-fetched for me. Yeah. Again, I think
he could enroll into one.
I would not say that it would be far-fetched if they would like completely change their. Even though maybe it's too late, but like again, maybe it's not too late. I don't know. He's still very young. If they would,
I don't think it's ever too late for anyone, but just like realistically for this show and where the
storyline
is going.
That's what I want to say. That's what I said. Like I don't know if it's too late, but like again, it should not be too late. You know, he's 16.
Yeah,
they could help him.
Of course,
they could push him. That they could motivate him if they wanted to right now. You know.
Yeah, but it's not happening.
I mean, especially in some ways, Tony. Honestly.
Yeah.
So maybe if Tony would to go back to therapy. I know it's not happening.
Literally, no. He only can be in 7 therapies. Like, still not gonna help AJ, I think. We had a whole story with Feach. I'm kind of sad that he is going to jail. Not sad, I love that he is going to jail, but like, I thought he was gonna be more of a prominent character. Like this, you know, the character that came from the old times and like has a specific way of doing things. He knew Tony since Tony was a kid, and so like, I thought there was gonna be somehow constant back and forth because of the authority, you know. So like in that way, I'm sad that like he is not here with us longer. I thought it was a very good moment because like Carmela told Tony what was true, that like people, that he doesn't have friends, but that like they have to be good with you and laugh at your jokes because like you're their boss. And so like he saw all of them laughing, and then like they went back to that scene just like to show you that Feach was not laughing. So like he does not fear Tony, and that's why Tony had to get rid of him at this point, because like he is not the one that's like showing him fear and respect. as the rest
Honestly,
of them.
I honestly didn't think that much of him or his character or the potential that the story can have, which it maybe could have had an interesting story, but like I wasn't really thinking about it. He was, to me, much like the rest of them, like
Yeah.
so like to me much more like I was from the start much more interested in Tony B, I guess, and his storyline, where with this
Yes.
storyline, like I honestly wasn't that interested. So like him going to jail, fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But also there was a bit of like Johnny and Tony now. I mean, first Johnny killed the girl, but like that was, let's say, didn't have anything to do with Tony, but this thing with the cars, stealing cars from a guy that Tony is connected with, whatever, is somewhat of an attack on Tony, let's say. And like we knew it was gonna come to that when Johnny told him that like he's not gonna forget that Tony didn't go through with their original plan.
I don't know what
so
to
like
say to that.
They have started against something.
I don't know what to say about it.
I don't know.
Again, just because like Johnny is in a lower position than Tony.
Yeah. I mean, he's now just
trying to be boss of that part.
Yes, he's not trying to be boss, which like I feel like if it's a little Carmine or him, I don't think little Carmine knows what he's doing. So like I think Johnny can very easily win this war.
Well, I don't think that very easily. I think he needs, I don't know, honestly, just because like he needs support. And with going to war against many people around him, he's not gonna have a support.
Well, true, but like something about Johnny, to me, like exudes some type of like knowledge.
True as
and
well.
so like I want to believe that he can pull it off. I don't know.
I completely agree with you, but like if you remember, like 1 or 2 seasons ago, he was almost killed.
True.
So like
he barely survived.
It's not like he holds so much power.
Yeah.
But again, I agree with you. Like somehow to me, he doesn't seem like the character that like is gonna die and have a problem with what is gonna happen.
Yeah, no, like I see him in a bigger position.
I don't know if it was me and you from the start, because like from the start we saw him like that.
Literally.
It's like from the start we thought he's gonna be a problem for Tony, not the other way around.
Yeah.
But
maybe because we have that image in our head.
Exactly, but technically, realistically, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I don't know. I just like I had that image of
me
him
too,
in my
from
mind.
the first
so,
episode,
like,
I remember him buying a house.
Yes, and like just because of the way that he is, somehow by the way that he behaves,
and he seems so smart.
Yeah, like there seems to be authority in him that I want to believe.
Yeah,
so I actually don't know. You're correct about that.
I have no idea, honestly. We'll have to see that.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think that's pretty much it, honestly.
Yeah. A perfect title for
Great
this episode.
Can't wait to watch the next one.
That's it.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.